Hi, welcome to the Mom Files, Moments of Motherhood podcast, a place where the hard things have room to exist without shame.
If you're a mom, you'll get realistic routines, gentle validation, and encouragement to try new things. We're here to be your village, a judgment-free zone for modern motherhood. Take what fits for you and leave the rest.
We're happy you're here. Let's jump in.
Hi, welcome back to the Mom Files. I'm Aleea.
And I'm Hav.
Today, we are diving into a little flip of the topic we did earlier this season, which is what it's like being the opposite of the parent who's home 24/7 with the kids and what it feels like to be, just the one that leaves the house. So I do want to preface by saying that this is something to help share another perspective. So we know it's not easier or harder. It's just different. And so we want to share that. With that said, we've brought on two very special guests today to share their own perspectives on it and to just give a little more insight. And so do you both want to introduce yourselves, maybe your names, who you are, things like that? So Tony, would you like to go first?
Yes. Hey, I'm Tony. I'm married to this one over here. 30. I work at a bank. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Not too interesting.
I'm Ty. This is my wife here, Aleea. I do excavation as a job, and yeah.
So let's talk about it all, from parents who leave for work and what they feel like, what they carry, and how it shapes family life. So Hav, do you want to kind of start us off with the first question?
Yeah, for sure. When I was looking over these questions, I feel bad because I don't think I've ever thought about this, but what does it feel like in the moment that you leave in the morning?
It sucks. I don't want to leave. I would much rather stay home with my baby, with my lady, and kind of feel like I shouldn't be leaving. I got a whole lot. It takes a lot to raise a kid, so like I feel like I'm missing out a whole lot just leaving for 8+ hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I totally agree with Tony. And the whole thing is, I don't want to leave either. It's always a hardship in the morning, and especially going to people or leaving people that depend on me in a way and everything. But just what he said too, missing all the things, with 8 hour plus and then everything else that there could be talking, walking, and just a whole bunch or array of things that you're going to miss. So it's always a difficult one to be with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm curious, just tagging off of this, because Ty, I know, especially for you, the milestones are probably a really big one right now because, Dash is in that crawling, walking, and stuff. Now that you're more in the toddler phase, I know you really miss the milestones part of everything. Is it still, it's not still like milestone stuff, is it? Or is it?
No, now it's more big kid stuff. Like, she's in gymnastics. I haven't been to a single gymnastics practice because like I'm at work at the time of the practices. Before she did do dance, so I did get to do that more.
Mm-hmm.
But like as she's changing activities and stuff, I'm not gonna be there for a lot of it. Like during the day, Hav goes to the park with her, and as meeting all these new friends, and I don't get to see her interact that way. I'm just unlucky, I guess, because whenever I go to the park with her, she's just off by herself. But but yeah, like I miss all like her interactions, seeing how she's navigating, meeting new people. She loves making new friends, and I just get the stories at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yes, that kind of leads into, Ty, if you want to start off on that one, the guilt or pressure. Is there guilt or pressure that you feel when you're leaving or when you're gone?
I'm going to say guilt, but there's also pressure there. But I'm going to say more guilt. I mean, it's just with missing, especially like you said, and Hav being in the milestone era of how old he is, walking, crawling, and everything else. But the guilt of just leaving, and especially, having a work at home wife and mother, it's always like, what else could I do, to help her, but also, not miss with things and everything else. But obviously, you can't just hold your child back and everything else. So it's definitely guilt, though. I mean, especially with my job, which I don't gonna say is the best way, is I leave early in the morning and sometimes I can be gone for 14 hours. You never know where my job takes me and also what could go wrong. And so I don't have a set 9 to 5 job either. So that always eats at me as well, is because I don't know exactly when I could be back. But yeah, guilt of just what I could miss is, all honesty, is the worst thing for me.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of interesting because luckily we have been pretty lucky because Dash has done a lot of stuff when you're home. But I remember when he first was kind of starting crawling, he was doing it when you were gone, but it was still like he was doing it when he was here. But it is hard because you're like, you want them to do it, but then they're on their own timeline. So it's hard because you're like, just, hurry. But yeah, it is hard.
Well, I know, being the one that's at home seeing it obviously can't compare, but I know I myself, there's certain things I'm like, oh, I don't even want to tell Tony that she's doing this because I don't want him to feel like he's missing out because I want him to experience it. But then also, look what your baby did today.
Yeah. And it happened. I kind of feel it when Dash was little because the first time he said dada, he said dada before mama.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, damn, that kind of hurts.
He's not even home right now.
No, well, he was there, and so it was nice. But it's still, you're kind of and then you're excited because they're experiencing milestones and things that maybe they don't normally experience. But you're like, wait, now I'm missing out. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's funny. I did that too. She took her first step when she was with her babysitter, and I was pissed. I was in the other room. So,
yeah. And so that kind of leads us into do you feel like there are unspoken expectations that come with being the working parent? So to provide, to be strong, to not complain, that type of thing?
Yeah. One expectation I feel like is there is when I get home, I gotta get to going straight from work. I drive an hour to and fro work. So right after that drive, I get home. I gotta get changed. I gotta start picking up the slack that I couldn't do while I was gone. Yeah, I just feel like that's one big thing because my job is I'm a banker, so very very physically easy, but mentally taxing. Dealing with people and their money is not an easy thing to do. People are stressed. People are very high strung about it. So coming home after all that, immediately getting to it, doing what I can, trying to get bedtime routine going and all that stuff, even though I would rather just curl up in a ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. Then I'm going to say I have the completely opposite thing of what, I can also have mentally draining, but my job is definitely very physically, draining in its way. And especially, every day is different for sure. But what really is hard for me, though, is the fact of that I want to be lazy, especially when I come home and I want to just lay on the couch. But, especially looking at what Aleea does for all of us and, cooking dinner to everything and keeping our life on track. And that's one thing that I just try to provide as much as I can, with, even from changing a diaper to also changing the deadly poop diaper. So helping with dinner and also just keeping him occupied and, especially becoming a toddler at this age, you got to really be hands-on and physical with them to keep them occupied for sure. Yeah, no, it's definitely one thing that I hope I work better on as well, but also providing for them and not to complain is one thing for me.
It feels like you can't.
It feels like I can't. I don't want to at all. I shouldn't either.
No, well.
But yes, I can.
Well, I think it's hard because, of course, then we're also, saying oh, well, we shouldn't complain because we get to stay home with them. And there's no easy side of it. I know, when Tony walks in the door, I try my best when I can, when I feel like I mentally am able to be okay, go take a minute. Right now, I feel like it was easier when Azzy was a little bit younger because I could be okay, go take 15 minutes. She's not worried about you right now, but now she's immediately Daddy's home. And I'm excited about that. I'm yeah, go get your daddy. I've been with you all day. But it is hard to see because I know sometimes, you can tell especially like you guys are on opposite, but then mentally, like you can see it, like obviously, like I'm like, well, go throw her in the air versus, and you're like, Taya's over there, like my arms are tired. But it's, yeah, it definitely, like we see you.
Yeah.
No, and you guys, I mean, you have a good point there too. But what I will say too is like, it's always easy to say to you guys, and I'm not saying this is easy by any means, but like, oh, you guys stay home, you guys have all this time and everything else. It's not that way. I get that. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone thinks that, and especially having a job at home, it's honestly, I think, more draining sometimes than leaving the house, to be honest with you. And especially, and I'm not going to say trapped, but you're kind of in your own mind at your own house and like, what can I do with this, or what could I clean here and everything else. And so I give it to you guys because that's also exhausting for sure.
Definitely not easy.
Y'all are appreciated. That's fair.
Well, that's why I said at the beginning, it's not that one's easier or harder. It's just they're different and they have there's pros and cons to both sides. It's like we have some pros, but we also have some cons and vice versa. Like there is pros to leaving, but there's also cons to leaving.
Yeah.
No, and I think because something that we talk about a lot is what feels unseen on like our side, on the 24/7 parent side, right? And like I just said, like I know, especially Aleea and I, we try to recognize that it might be difficult, but is there anything that you guys feel is unseen, or like maybe if it's, let's say in a perfect ideal world on a day when you guys get home or when you guys are away, something that could just like help you feel more part of it or like just better about coming home?
Yeah. Is there anything we can do? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like anything that we're not seeing that we could pick up the mark. Not saying like, oh, obviously, okay, when I get home, give me an hour. But are there little things like I try my best to let you come home and change in peace? Are there other little things that like maybe when you get home or even while you're away for the day that could be easy for us to do that we might not have thought of?
On our side, I don't think there's really much because we talk. We talk a lot. So like during the day, you know what I'm saying? Like if I feel like I need a little bit more time, we're texting most of the time. So like I can let you know beforehand.
Yeah.
And like you pick up on when you see me like too down to do anything. Yeah, you do a good job at like taking care of me and like even without us like verbally saying anything. So I actually don't think
good.
There's much she could do.
It wasn't always like this. We learned how to communicate. Yeah.
It was a long road.
I mean, I really don't think there's anything that Aleea could do either. I mean, she takes care of me so well and everything else. And like we do talk during the day too. And I mean, there is definitely some days that I just got pooped, to be honest with you. It was just a terrible day. Nothing went right. I mean, and especially I'm in a kind of dangerous environment some of the times, and the stress levels can be pretty bad. So, but I think definitely Aleea does a good job of taking care of me and all of us in general. And we talk. I mean, we communicate well, and we're getting a lot better at it as well.
And I do think though that giving time at the beginning or like when they get home helps. I know you really didn't mention that, but I do think when you get home, like, and if you can go do stuff for like 15 minutes, it helps decompress.
Or I know like for Tony right now, it's like at the end of the day, so Azzy won't let him do bedtime, even if we tried. So like doing your video games if you have a little bit, and it's at the end of the day, but it's something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like flipping your free time instead of right when you get home. It's like work continues a little bit and then you get some more free time.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to take a nice peaceful 20-minute poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By yourself.
Just wait until Dash starts being obsessed with you. She likes to run in. Oh, Daddy's taking a poop. I'm gonna go see what Daddy's doing.
He shares it with the whole world.
Yeah, literally. No, that's good.
Do you have a podcast and a pile of laundry staring you down? Are you questioning your life choices during nap time or working at midnight with one eye open and 3 tabs running?
Yeah, same. We've lived that chaos. Hey, still live in it. That's why we offer podcast editing and post-production services for the moms who have things to say, but zero time to do all the things. Let us help you get your voice out there without losing your mind, your message, or your weekend.
Think less burnout, more snuggles. Less tech stress, more talking to your audience in peace. Interested? Tap the link in the description to learn more. Plus, we offer free discovery calls, no pressure, just real talk to see if we vibe.
Let's make podcasting easier because you're already doing enough. Well, and also, is there anything that you guys would say any more differently about what you would share with people outside of our relationships, like on what people may not realize being on the other side? Because I feel like everybody talks about being stay at home, right? Like, oh, it's but is there anything else that you guys would say on what people might not realize about?
One thing I know for sure is the thing about work-life balance. It doesn't exist. Like, if you're gonna be a good parent, you're not gonna be like the top employee. If you're gonna be the top employee, you're gonna be a crap parent. Like, there's really no balance. You have to have the energy for one or the other. And for me personally, I prefer my energy to be put in my family. So like my work, that's not saying I'm a bad employee, but but like mentally, I'm not gonna put myself in a whole lot more strain for work. Is not as important to me as my family. So yeah, work-life balance doesn't exist.
That's right. And that goes to the topic that we've talked about for us. And I guess we don't think about because we're the ones that are at home working and having the kid. But that's true. If I call you, you answer. If Azzy wants to go to daddy's work, we go to daddy's work. And she just, she runs the show.
Yeah, she'll be in there. She'll be in my office making phone calls with me. Yeah, the whole nine.
That's a privilege that we have because we have amazing bosses.
Yeah.
I agree. It's just hard because you definitely can't be the CEO of, said bank because it's like you would rather give your energy elsewhere. I agree. It is what we talked about. It's like, it's never 50-50. It's more like 30-70 or, right. Somewhere's going to give a little bit.
Both. But Ty, your job is like like you can't not be on top of your game, right? When you're at work.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I mean, but what's also nice with mine is we have a lot of flexibility. So like if tomorrow I didn't have to be there, I don't have to be there. I mean, there's definitely days that, everyone's going to want you to be there because you really can probably let down the team. But by any means, what is nice and with my boss and everything else. But if I have to, or if there's a doctor's appointment that had to be that day, I can definitely make that. And that's what's really nice, being flexible within my job and being,
Good having understanding of who's the priority, aka the children.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which I do like your work.
Well, yeah, and it's nice with everyone being around me, and especially everyone having kids, and a lot of them younger kids. They totally understand how that works, and
yeah,
it's a lot easier that way with someone not having kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I think that goes into Aleea. You and I talked about like just living in smaller towns when we first started the podcast, and I do think that is one thing that's different here than maybe if we lived in a bigger city where there's less of a relationship with your coworkers. Mm-hmm. Whereas, like I said, he works at a bank. It's not like she's going in there 24/7, but if it's slow and stuff, like she calls his coworkers her TTs and her uncles. Like she knows who they all are.
And I think in smaller areas, businesses understand better than like corporations.
Yeah.
Like they're much more family first than
money hungry.
Yeah. Than big areas. Yeah.
Do you guys have any tips or any like lessons that you've learned, especially leaving for work all the time? I know we talk about how it's kind of hard to actually have any specific lessons being the stay-at-home parent because things change so much during the day and like every milestone and stage. But do you guys have anything that you feel like you could share of lessons to help maybe a new parent out who is getting used to the idea of having to leave the house and how to help prepare, or like help at home or prepare themselves?
Don't take everything too serious. Like, yeah, you might miss some things, but like don't let that be the end of the world. Just if you can, make it to the next thing, or try to put out time, like take time off properly. Like that's one thing I used to not do at all. Like this year is the first year I've used up all my sick time since I've started working at age 16. So like take the time off. Don't take it too seriously. Don't put yourself down just because a couple of things don't work right today. Tomorrow you can pick it up, brush it off, try again.
Yeah. No, I don't think, and you're right too, I don't think everything should just be life or death, which a lot of people go to that perspective of things. But I just think you're right, Tony, in the way of just don't take everything so seriously. And if you do miss something, yeah, you just move on, and tomorrow's a new day. And I think you just learn from that, and I think you just grow from that. And I think especially with, I mean, even if you're in a small town or big city, whatever else, but you're always going to have something else come about. And, you know, when you especially leaving for work, you are providing for your family, I will say. And, you know, it's kind of what we have to do. And especially in our world we live in today. So I don't think it's the end of the world by any means doing that. But also, I think you just have to live and learn and grow from your mistakes, and also just try to be there as much as you can.
I think that is a good reminder that you are still providing support. It is just in a different way, because you are right. Like, we wouldn't be able to have a house, do things without going to work, you know? And so like you doing that, it is providing food and things like that. It's just different. So I think that is a good point, that it is hard, but it is something that is essential to keeping the household functioning.
No, totally. I mean, the mental load and stuff of being home 24/7 is a lot, but imagine how much more it would be if you weren't making the money that we need. Like, obviously, like we work too, but there's a reason that we all work. The economy is not nice.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah. Especially we're both homeowners, and both of us have homes that need renovations
More
and
work.
It's not. Yeah, so it does feel like it just needs endless.
Yeah. And then something that I'm just going to add on that note, because I remember when Azzy she didn't want dad ever. And I know that was really hard on you, but like, look at where we are now, right? I remember you just being like, what is this girl ever going to let me take care of her? And now she won't leave you alone. She jumps on you in the morning and
each chance she gets, she's under my butt.
Demands to FaceTime him as much as possible during the day. All the things.
Yeah. Missing makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah. It's coming for you, Ty. Just wait.
It's always sad to see when, I mean, obviously Aleea being home more, but it's always sad to see when Dash, you know, gets that much more attached to her than me. But obviously it's mom as well. But the one thing that's always happy is when we're somewhere else around people and everything else, he does want to come to me
when he
and
says
be picked
Dada.
up by me, and loves to call me Dada. So
Yeah.
it is as good. Brings a smile to my face for sure.
And he is really excited when you get home.
He is excited when I get home. He screams every time. So.
I can hear it right now. Just the little Dash scream. I love it.
I do think it is hard, but it is nice that, like, it's hard that we're in quotes the default, but it is nice that they still recognize, especially Tony now at your age, like at Azzy's age, where she's like really excited and wants to play and like do more.
I love it. I eat it. Everybody's like, oh, she wants her daddy more. I'm like, good. Please. I had her for 3 years. I'm good. Throw him.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to be at the age that he can talk and tell me what he wants.
Yeah. Just wait until he wants to ride in tractors with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that you actually drive tractors. I know you do other big vehicles, but
No, you're fine. I do that as well.
John Deere. Okay, that's all I know.
Another big thing that kind of sucks about being the parent that leaves, well, being all right. So like in a relationship, obviously parenting, one of you has to be more of a disciplinarian, and that usually falls on me because the male voice has a lot more thunder to it, so it's gonna be a lot more scary. So like being the parent that has to leave, I'm not there all the time, and the couple of hours that I get with her, part of that time a lot of times has to be like I gotta discipline her because she's gone crazy or she's doing stuff she knows she shouldn't be doing, yelling, screaming, throwing tantrums. And like, yeah, Hav does handle it when she can, but that only goes but so far because she's here all the time. She is like the safe space, so she feels safer being more rambunctious around Hav.
Yeah.
Then I have to be the one like, hey, get the bass in the voice, like, hey, stop it.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like, I mean, like, that's the hard thing too, because I'm like, oh, trust me, I discipline her. And we have a lot of like times during the day, like, I'll text her like, oh, TV's done for the day. There's things like that. But your time is so much more compacted too, to where like, I feel like, let's say we're disciplining the same amount, like we say same amount of disciplines, but yours is in a 2-3 hour period. Mine's in like an 8-hour day.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, 100%. Because when I discipline her, also, she runs to me for comfort. When he disciplines her, she runs to me for comfort. So it's not like he's getting both sides of it. You're just getting like, and then you're also getting me who's like, I've been doing this all day. Like, please step in, please. Which, thank you. I do appreciate it. I do, because I'll be tired when you get home. But yeah, it's 100%. I get that.
I think that is both excellent points, because I think there is a sense that you can be a little more disciplinary, but I do think it's also compacted, so it feels even more like you're doing it because it's in that short span versus a whole.
Yeah, and I think when I do the hey deep voice, he just laughs because Aleea always do that.
Well,
It's funny.
I think Azzy used to laugh at you too.
No, she did. Yeah, it only works with understanding. Like once she understands more, it's gonna work. I promise.
I think she used to do her like evil giggle, like she'd be like, okay.
And then at that point, well, when she was younger, when she didn't understand it just ended up being more funny. And the hardest part is just not laughing. You gotta stay stern.
Oh, that is the hard part for sure.
I'd have to leave the room so I could bust my ass laughing because
yeah, there's a lot of turning our faces and laughing for sure.
And so with that, just before we wrap up, is there any final advice or tips on support, like what that could look like for you guys? And it doesn't even have to be from us. I mean, this is for really anyone listening. So maybe there's something that friends you hope could be more understanding, or, job, whatever it might be. Like, I don't know. Is there just anything that you would want to give last minute?
Well, one thing I would say is with the whole work-life balance and everything else, your family is much more important. So I will say life is way too short not to take time off, not to do things, not to go out of your way. If you can do it, go home, spend time with your family, take them out, go on vacation, everything else. I think keeping a work-life balance is definitely a key thing to keep a good relationship and also be a good parent.
I would say keep lines of communication open. Always try to look from the other person's perspective. Don't get clouded in your own perspective. It's easy to do that. You like, things can happen. You can feel attacked. You could feel like you're not being heard, but are you taking into account how your partner's feeling, how they've been doing? Are they going through the same stuff you're going through that day? Like, are you going to have to like muster up more energy to pick up the slack? Because 50-50 also in a relationship doesn't exist. Like, sometimes you only got 10, the other person going to have to pick up the other 90, and that's okay. And if you're always down in the dumps, you're going to have to pick yourself up to keep a strong face for the partner, or else it's just going to be hard on everybody. And you're never going to get to a place where you can smile, laugh, joke with your partner, and be a good parent.
Yeah, that's good. I think you do a good job at that too. Like, I know there's days when I bite at you, but I'm not trying to bite at you. It's just been a big day, and I'll try to catch myself and be like, that wasn't for you. But I know sometimes you just take it and you go with it because you know it's not intended, but it doesn't mean it's fair. So appreciate you.
Well, and I give it to Hav and Aleea more than me and Tony in this way of, you guys deal with the kids all day. I give it to you guys 100%. I deal with kids I work with, but they also aren't, a year old. So it's definitely, I give you guys all the props on that.
Yeah, don't talk about the adult toddlers that Aleea and I work with too.
Yes. And so with that said, this was such a great conversation and just a good reminder for, I think, both parents, especially if you did listen to our last episode. I will, we'll link it so that you can listen to it if you haven't. Just that both parents' roles are deeply valuable, just in different ways. And so thank you so much again, both of you, for joining us today and sharing your perspectives. Hav, do you have any last minute thoughts before we go?
No, I think you guys said it really well. And thank you for growing with us and learning with us. Like I said earlier, we haven't always communicated perfectly. We still don't, but we're growing together, and that's good parenting, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, and our kids are watching. So
yep, they see our flaws, and we're learning through them, showing them that we are all human. And so make sure, tune in next week. We are going to be diving into the financial strain that can hit before the holidays start. So it's such a special time of year, but that does not mean that real life struggles just disappear, especially when you've got kids and you want to give them everything. And so we will be talking about how to ease some of that pressure and still make the holidays feel magical without being expensive. So thank you again, and we will see you then. Bye.
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 Later.
Thanks for sharing your time with us today. We're so glad you're part of this messy, beautiful village.
If this episode made you laugh, cry, or feel just a little more human, pass it on to a mom friend who needs it too. And hey, if you haven't already, hit subscribe and leave us a review. It helps more moms find the show and gives us a tiny dopamine hit. Let's be real.
Until next week, keep the kids alive and your coffee hot, or at least reheated once.